this video, you will hear from physicians about how the changes they made over the past year improved their quality of life as well as their patients' experiences with their care. 12 physicians participated in a California patient experience collaborative. 9 were primary care doctors and 3 were specialists. Physicians told us that by participating in this collaborative, they learned specific techniques that help them connect better with their patients and enjoy their practices more. The practical changes they tried were shown to be effective in the literature or from local experience in improving 3 key dimensions of patient experience: access to care, provider-patient communication, and care coordination, and 12 specific changes came out of the collaborative. And in this video, you will see a patient visit where actors will be modeling some of the changes and behaviors you will hear about from the physicians who participated in the collaborative.
Good morning. Thank you for calling Dr. Solomon's office. This is Karen. How can I help you?
Hi, Karen. I'm calling today to make an appointment with Dr. Solomon.
Let me see what Dr. Solomon has. Looks like we have a 10:30 and a 2:30 available.
Really? You can get me in today? That's great.
Reviewing the schedule the day before allows you to identify patients who may not need a visit that day. For example, patients who may need a test prior to being seen, or patients with an issue that could be handled over the phone. These visits can be eliminated or certainly handled in other ways.
From the patient perspective, clearly they're getting in to see someone the day they have the complaint. What we find when we talk to patients is that there's some threshold in which they've finally decided to reach out and to communicate with the office their need for an appointment. And it's really at that point that they're asking for the service, despite the fact they've been bothered by something for a while. From the office efficiency standpoint, what we find is people who wait for appointments come to us eventually with a lot more than the thing they originally made the appointment for. And so this is certainly doing the work of today has a tremendous impact on avoiding accumulated work down the line.
Okay, great. I'd like you to go ahead and fill out this form here and just take it to your seat, and the doctor will be with you shortly.
Thank you very much.
Can I help the next patient, please? Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good.
My name is Amy Rosbach, and I have an appointment with Neil Solomon at 2:30.
Okay, Amy.
Making a personal connection with the patient is important for setting a welcoming tone and environment for the rest of their visit. Being clear with the patient on when they can expect to be seen by the doctor and showing them to the reception area helps clarify visit expectations and may help to allay any concerns they have.
The first study we did when we were in the collaborative was to make the first 10 seconds of every patient encounter to be warm, friendly. Everybody needs in the office to make some personal connection with the patient, to make them feel that they're cared about, that we're concerned about their problems. And patients are much happier, and when the patients are happier, I'm happier and the whole staff was happier. So in some respect, you get what you give.
Amy? Hi, Amy.
Hi.
Hi, I'm Judy, and I'm Dr. Solomon's assistant. Amy, I'm just reviewing your concerns for today, and I see your main concern is that you have a rash.
I do.
And can I see it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh dear, okay. Have you seen any other doctors since you were here last?
I did see my OBGYN.
Okay. Did you have a PAP at that time?
I did, and everything was normal.
Okay, great.
When I had analyzed the way I was doing my chart review before going into the room, once I started carefully looking at the previous note, the labs, anything that's happened between, and then walked into the room, and not only did I look at that, but then I also made it clear to the patient that I was aware of what was going on with them. I actually had at least one, if not multiple patients say, "Wow, you've got a really good memory."
Amy, it's so nice to see you again. It seems like it hasn't been that long.
It hasn't.
The last time you were here, I recall you were just about to leave for a trip to Alaska.
I did go, and it was wonderful. We went kayaking and deep sea fishing and hiking, and I caught a 120-pound halibut.
Sounds like it was a great trip.
It was great.
Oh, I'm so happy for you. Now, what brings you here today?
I have a really bad rash on my arm, and it's just really starting to itch a lot, and it's irritating.
Okay. Yes, well, we'll definitely take care of that. And I was noticing while I was reviewing your chart before coming into the room that you have a family history of heart disease. And I don't think we've ever talked about that. Is that right?
Yes.
So I'd like to make sure we talk about that today as well.
Agenda setting for me is trying to find a balance between what the patient wants and feels they need to accomplish in the office visit and what I feel I need to accomplish from a medical standpoint. I went into this expecting it was going to take me a lot more time. How can I deal with multiple problems and kind of negotiate a bit with the patients to what we're going to deal with, how we're going to deal with. That's, to me, I thought of that as wasting time at the start of the visit, which would prolong the visit, but it really made the visit much more efficient. And it made them more a partner in what I was trying to do. And if you make them a partner in what you're doing in the 10 minutes or 15 minutes you have with them in a room, hopefully that partnership will extend when they go home and they do the treatments, that they'll maybe have a better outcome.
It's really important that you're aware of risk factors and how to manage heart disease. It's possible that down the road this will be an issue for you or somebody else in your family. I don't think we've ever tested your cholesterol.
No, we haven't.
We haven't. Have you ever had it done somewhere else?
I have. About
Yeah.
6 years ago for a job.
Okay, great. Do you remember what the results were?
They were fine.
They were fine. Okay, good. Well, I'd like to repeat those tests today. Well, I think those are the main things we wanted to cover today. So I'm going to have Judy come back in and we'll work through some of the specifics of the issues that we talked about. Okay? And then she'll follow up with you with a phone call in the next day or two.
Agenda setting helps you become more efficient in your use of time during the visit. It allows for you to identify medical concerns you would have otherwise missed by just focusing on the chief complaint. Revisiting next steps and the action plan at the end of the visit gives a sense of closure to the visit for both the patient and the physician. It also helps improve patient compliance with the action plan and minimizes callbacks to the office with questions about next steps.
My patients loved the agenda setting tool that we came up with during the collaborative. If they mentioned things that I may have forgotten about on tests, I have a couple of seconds to look through my chart before I walk in the room, find the actual report, and refresh my memory. Then I would be able to prioritize the order that I wanted to address the issues in with the patient. Even though I've been using this form for a year now, I still have patients say, "I'm so glad you have me fill this form out," or "I love this form," or new patients who haven't ever seen the form before often will comment on how helpful it has been to them.
Hi, Amy. This is Judy at Dr. Solomon's office. I'm calling to let you know how your lab work is and to check how you're doing with your rash.
Oh, you have my results already?
Patients can become very anxious about their test results. That is why it's important to notify patients, regardless of the outcome, of all test results. Our experience in the collaborative has shown that little changes do make a difference in patients' experiences and in the quality of life of physicians.
For me, I think I was kind of apprehensive to participate. I knew I needed to because I was seeing that my patient satisfaction scores from my IPA was going down because I was getting busier, and I was getting more dissatisfied with my job too because I was feeling like I didn't have enough time with my patients and felt very, very rushed. The collaborative taught me just to take time to think about some of the basic things, and it was fruitful because after a year looking back at my scores with my IPAs, patient satisfaction scores, as well as how I performed with the collaborative, the numbers went up significantly. It made me feel like my patients appreciated me, and monetarily it allowed me to get a bigger bonus from the IPA.
These changes may seem intuitive to you, and in many ways, they are. That's why they work. To obtain a free copy of the 12 Changes Quick Reference Guide, or for more information on the collaborative, please visit our website, and as one of our collaborative physicians reminded us, think big, start small, but begin today.